Hello, and if you're just joining us, welcome to the Connection Miami, where we talk every week to inspiring women in business. Our next guest is just that. We have Carolyn Powery here to talk all things etiquette and so much more. Welcome, Carolyn.
Hello, ladies.
Lady in red right there. I like
Yes,
it.
thank you.
Hi, Carolyn. So we're excited to have you back. So when you came before, we talked about a lot of things and you gave us some great tips. So now we want to talk a little bit more about some, I guess we could call it COVID etiquette tips. What are some COVID
Mm.
etiquette tips that you can share with us to keep in mind?
Okay, well, we all have been thrust into this pandemic, not knowing what to do. So the first thing would be is to practice social distancing. So if you find yourself in a situation where someone is too close to you, just
Mm,
politely back away and just say to them, I want to stay safe for myself and I want to stay safe for everyone else. I also
mm.
want to practice proper hygiene. That means you're going to continue to wash your hands, use your hand sanitizer, and you want to make your facial mask. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
The restaurants are now open back up, and some of them are still requiring that you wear your facial mask. So when you do sit to the table, do not place it on the table. You want to place your mask in your purse, or you can place it in your lap, under your napkin, or inside your pocket, but
Right.
never on the table.
And I was like, here are all my germs right here near the food,
You
right?
told us that last week. You told us that. I remember that.
I love learning from you. I think, Carolyn, sometimes people think that etiquette is for like black tie events and really kind of fancy things. And we know that it's really something that can be more of an everyday thing, right? So what are some kind of common etiquette mistakes you see just every day?
Well, we'll say number one, let's talk about social media. You
Mm.
never post when you are angry, when you're upset, because you
Oh,
may end up posting something that you're going to regret later. Because as we know, some people have actually lost their jobs because of them overly expressing their emotions when it came to social media.
mm.
Another one would be dining etiquette. Most people, when they sit down, they don't know which silverware to use for which part of the meal. So you should always work from the outside in towards the plate.
You actually have a program, a pilot program for middle school students. So you're teaching them early. Can you talk a little bit about that? Where you um, intentional about growing your business and how were you able to do it? Let's get into that a little bit if you can.
Well, yes, I started the pilot program in 2008 because I was being laid off from work. And I continued to expand my program because I wanted to work with college women, and women professionals as well. So one of the ways that I end up scaling my business and getting my credibility out there, I became a co-author in 2011, and this is the first book I co-authored. How I'm sorry, Madam CEO, How to Think and Act Like a Chief Executive. So my chapter was geared towards college women and high school students, preparing young women to be professionally poised and polished. And I co-authored a second book, which was a guide for African American boys, and I offered tips to help them navigate the society as well. Because I wrote that was during the time of the Trayvon Martin situation. So I offered some tips for our young males to help them to be successful. And the third book, which I wrote in 2000 and co-authored in 2017, is The Poised Polished Professional, and it's the executive guide for executive presence. So by me becoming an author, it gave me the credibility. It made me more marketable. So it opened doors of opportunity for speaking engagements, for being featured on local TV when it came to various subject matters that they talked about social media etiquette. Maybe it was about how to conduct yourself during the holidays, on your job. So, and I even got to talk about royal etiquette during Meghan and Harry's wedding.
Love it.
Oh, thank you, Carolyn. And this Saturday is just getting started. We have lots more coming up next. But first, let's check in with the productivity coach, Sandy Glant. so you can slay your Saturday.